almost wondering it because, she said she hired Jacob with mandrakes. She rented him for the night. Not so to be. Meanwhile, God is bringing about his purposes through it all. And God's not the author of evil, but God allows us to do evil things if we choose to do them. And God will get his purposes accomplished regardless. All right. Zebulun means dwelling or to dwell with. And that last bit I find just, notice, it's God who does it. And she conceived and bore a son and said, God has taken away my reproach, because it was a reproach in those days if you didn't have a son. So she called his name Joseph and said, the Lord shall add to me another son. So God remembered Rachel. It is God who, have I said this before? It is God who gives or withholds children. From Leah and from Rachel. It was God's doing that Rachel hadn't had children before. It's kind of interesting, that Sarah went a long time without children. And then Rebecca went a long time without children. And like 20 years after she was married to Isaac, didn't have children. And then she prayed. And I got to say, of the 3 generations we're looking at here, overall, see that Rebecca handled it the best. She wasn't having children, and she prayed, and God gave her children. Sarah got into the whole thing with Hagar, wasn't good. Leah did well to a large degree, although later, she seemed to have to fell into the trap trying to keep up with Rachel, and Rachel gave Jacob her handmaid, so Leah does the same, and that wasn't good. But